Okay, so I should be back and I should have some sound, but I think it's probably really echoey, and I'm not sure what to do about that. Um, I've messed around with the settings, but this is my first time, and I will get the settings best. I will get the settings set up so that they are, not so bad. I'm basically just testing out the YouTube live stream. Hi, Santiago. Thank you. I wanted to see like what would happen if I did unscheduled live stream, first of all, because sometimes I work a little bit better if I do things spontaneously and I don't schedule it. Oh, good. The sound is working. Okay, volume's low. All right, let me crank that up. See if that helps a little bit. I don't know what to do about all these different settings. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for the feedback, Callie. Callie, oops. So I was thinking what I would do is maybe I can either answer questions and or show shortcuts. Okay, so Dave Cook says, how do you come up with their designs that quick? Oh, I'm glad you like the stream, Santiago. It's not really very quick. So usually when I do a design, it takes me like 4 to 6 iterations, which usually means like 4 to 6 hours. And a lot of the time, if it's something really either detailed or something that um, the symbolic representation as far as how the brain transmits the symbolic representation is not something totally clear cut, then what I do is I make a whole design, get it to where I like it, then I run it by my friend Eric Currit because his specialty is doing things really simple and fast, and obviously my specialty is doing things super detailed and the most difficult way possible. And so he'll take mine and he'll do his simplified version of it, and then I usually create another version that's a mixture of the two, so that I feel like, okay, maybe it's simple enough that it's not that anybody who watches my video isn't gonna think, wow, she's insane. All right, let's see. Thank you for always keeping up with the latest trends, Jack says. No problem. You're welcome. I mean, what else am I gonna do? This is pretty much all I do is balloons. Like, for instance, I'm basically just sitting here in my pajamas, obviously. Tonight, I was editing a video that I just uploaded on YouTube, and I saw the live stream thing, and I decided to do it, and I don't really do much. My life is pretty boring. Robert, thank you so much. Robert, I'm really glad you're on here because here's the situation, Robert Croxton Jr. First of all, hi, John. Hi, Carrie. And I will answer your question in a minute, Santiago. Robert, so I see your requests in your comments on YouTube and your messages to me and your emails to me. And the thing is that I really appreciate the requests. And the more you request stuff, the more, this is just Johnny's personal insanity, I feel this pressure to do it. And like I have to do it. And the second I feel this pressure, like I have to do it, then I just can't. It's really weird. It's like my brain shuts down and I can't. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to do Judy Hopps from Disney's Utopia or Sheriff Callie or Marie from the Aristocats. They're on my list and I think about it every day and I feel like really stressed out about it. And I apologize, Robert. That's why I just totally stopped responding to you. That and I don't respond to anybody. Like I don't call anybody. My friends, which I don't have very many of, get all mad because I don't call anybody. Okay. What do you do with them after the video? Oh, great question. So what I do most of the time is I take them to local businesses, balloons, that are left over from my video shoots. I take them to local businesses that I personally patronize, like Whole Foods, or I know Whole Foods doesn't sound like a local business. I just mean a business nearby. Or there's this really great pizza place that I love, and I go and give the people who work there balloons, or the grocery store, people that I interact with that I know either have kids or like balloons or that I want to make friends with as far as like, a surface level acquaintance. I go pass it out. And then I know I have places that like, sometimes I pick up customers. Like Whole Foods, usually the people shopping there, they have money. So if I go at the right time, like Sundays, everybody's shopping on Sunday, and this is only when I don't have a ton of gigs, right? Then I'll hand them to the kids, and I give the parents my card. so that maybe they want to book me for parties. Also, with the pizza place, because I go pass out these balloons there, I know that if I ever need some cash, like, which happens, right? Then they're totally cool with me now. So I can go hang out there and twist balloons and people will tip me just as like a spur of the moment thing. It's not a regular gig. And I don't do it very often, but it's like I'm, developing these relationships for times of need or when I need a favor. And also just because I feel like it's good to just have to make people feel good. I like to make people feel good. I like, doing random acts of kindness. So the last thing I do with my balloons is there's this place, Hope Foster Care. I've done balloons for them before, so I go give it to them. It's a bunch of foster kids. It's like this big compound. And also the Children's Hospital, they let me go and drop balloons off there. And I do that sometimes. Not too often because it's kind of heartbreaking. Okay. Speedy is so cute. Thanks, Kelly. When I passed Speedy Gonzalez out, let's see, that was like, I think just last night at Whole Foods. None of the people I give it to, well, two of the people I give it to didn't know who he was because they were younger than me. And Speedy's kind of old now. I used to watch the episode Mexicali Schmoes when I was a little kid. It was like the only Looney Tunes cartoon we had. We had one VHS tape. And then one guy, I was like, do you know who it is? And he's like, oh yeah, it's that fast guy. He couldn't even come up with the name. Nobody knows who it is anymore. Oh, Dave, I'm so glad your friends really like it. Snow Miser 18 has a crush on me. Excellent. Good, because I'll tell you what, once you get to know me, you would not have a crush on me anymore. Which balloon that you made was your favorite? Oh man, I'll tell you what, my favorites really change all the time. And so, like, I was obsessed with making the octopus for quite a while. And then Dory, I was really into making this Dory version. Oh wait, that's not mine. I never have done a Dory because I found somebody else's Dory that I really loved. And so I never even bothered to come up with a design. I can't remember which other ones I've been obsessed with. And, okay, so I know you want to see Judy Hopps, Robert, and I'm really probably someday going to get around to that because it's on my list. So there's a lot of balloons that I do that I've done either videos of that, there's a lot of balloons I've done videos of that I don't do that way at parties when it's live, obviously. And I don't really make videos of the simpler ones because I feel like, I feel like, what's her name? Holly Hopper. I feel like Holly Hopper has that really set. Like, if you need fast but totally awesome balloons, Holly Hopper is the best. I go check out her stuff all the time. Obviously, I've done a bunch of her stuff on my video channel because I love her stuff. Michael says, I like to practice my craft at the local coffee shops. I don't accept tips, but if they insist, I give it to the people working. Oh, that's super cool. That's a great idea. Michael, I'm totally going to do that. I like that. Oh my God, they would flip their lid if I gave them the cash. I'm usually like, this is my only means of support, my balloon business. Well, occasionally I take babysitting jobs because I have a couple of friends that have babies and they insist on paying me, and even though I would totally do it for free, and I tell them every single time you don't need to pay me, but they pay me, mostly because they're richer than me. And so I don't have a ton of money. So a lot of times when people give me tips, like, I need that to pay for my bills or my food, which is why I don't give it out. But you know what? I think I'm going to maybe consider giving it to those people anyway, Michael, because I think that's a great idea. John Mayer says, have you ever made one of the Shopkins? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I made the toast one. I think the cupcake on my Instagram is a Shopkins. I've done more than one cupcake Shopkins. I think that's it. I think I've just done the cupcakes and the toast, unless there's one that I'm forgetting, like, because I'm the backup for all the Duffy's restaurants here in Palm Beach County. Like, there's one guy who Duffy's is a chain sports bar and grill in Florida. I don't know where else, and I don't even know if it's outside of Palm Beach and Broward counties. But there's one guy who has almost all the contract for almost all the restaurants. And so when somebody can't when one of the regular people can't be there, he calls me, which is one of the things that I do to help my business. Side note, I don't know if any of you watching have this as your business. I'm kind of assuming you are. So one thing that I learned from my friend Eric Currit is a way of thinking that isn't natural. It's actually kind of counterintuitive, I find, to the majority of people I run into, which is I go to all the people who have the same business as me, who you'd probably consider to be my competition. I don't consider them to be my competition. I consider them to be kind of my, partners in crime or whatever you want to call it. And so I make sure to have good relationships with them. Oh my goodness, Eric just came by. He's my best friend. He's pretty much my only friend, and he lives like up the street. So he just comes by like without, anytime he wants to. Hey, mister, I'm live streaming on YouTube.
Oh, hi YouTube people.
So this is the guy I was talking about. If I need a simplified version of stuff, he's the best at doing super simple stuff. And he likes regular restaurant gigs. I'm not really into like a place where I have to be, kind of like I was talking about earlier. And so he has jobs that are permanent, and I don't. He has a permanent Duffy's. He has a permanent ice cream place on Tuesday nights. Actually, it's Italian Ice. Rita's Italian Ice. Duffy's on PGA. Mulligan's on Thursday. And then, but he's also a magician, and he does a lot of stuff. So, and I helped him start his business. I actually built a bunch of his stuff because he saw I was having so much fun. He wanted to do it. But he's the genius at simplified balloons. By the way, did you need anything? Because I can totally pause this. Okay. Talk to you later.
Goodbye.
He keeps a lot of his magic and balloon stuff here because he used to run an insurance agency for 20 years, and so when I first started my business, I ran it out of his insurance agency office, and he didn't make me pay any rent or anything, and so I let him. I have an extra room here at my house, and so I let him run his business, some of his business stuff out of it, because I'd like to return the favor. Okay. So I make friends with the other business people. I either go out to lunch with them or dinner, or I just call them on the phone. And what has happened is that now that I'm friends with all these people who have the same business as me, they call me anytime they need somebody to fill in or they have a backup job. So I get a ton of my business from people who are technically my competition. So I really recommend that you make friends with all the people in your area and don't consider them your competition. You guys probably already figured that out. That's all was new to me. So Eric taught me that. Okay. What do we have next? That's wonderful to give balloons. I'm sure you made those kids' day. Carrie, thank you. Santiago, how did you get into balloon art or whatever it's falls? I think he means whatever it's called. Okay. Phone is going to die. All right. See you, Michael. Santiago called. All right. I think it is called balloon art. So what happened is when I was in my early 20s, I had a regular office job, and I was always looking for ways to make cash on the weekends and evenings. And I saw this ad in the newspaper and for twisting balloons at restaurants. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. And this was in Northern California because that's where I was born and raised. And so I answered it. I went to this lady's house, and she taught me a tulip twist and the pinch twist, and gave me a packet of papers and sent me home. And I had to teach myself everything else. And so I made these like little tiny ladybug bracelets. I made the 2 balloon butterflies. I made the 1 balloon motorcycle. I made a 1 balloon lion, 1 balloon cat, 3 balloon dragon. I made the flower with the ladybug on it. I made the monkey in a palm tree, and the parrot in a ring, 2 lovebirds in a heart. And that's all I knew. I didn't know anything else. And there was no YouTube, you know what I mean? And so it was like, I thought I was a badass because I made the 3 balloon dragon or the ladybug on the flower. And I worked at Applebee's on Friday and Saturday. And I worked at this Mexican restaurant called the Cantina in Mill Valley on Wednesday nights. And if I made like $30 or $100, one time I made $100 in a night, and I was like, I'm rich, that's so much money. But if I made $30 in tips, I was like, oh yeah, I'm swimming in the cash. I'm still pretty much like that. Okay, what else do we have? Well, now you know. Oh, I have something in some kind of kanji. I need Google Translate so I can see what they're saying. I'm not sure what they're saying. See ya, sucker. All right, so if you'd like, right now, because I don't have any other real questions as far as I can see, I'm gonna show some shortcut stuff that you may not give a crap about, but I'm kind of testing out my live stream, so that's what I came up with for content. Okay, so this is a way that let's see, I have my balloons here, but I don't have them organized, so I have to kind of grab them. And if there's anything you want to see, like a shortcut version of, or I don't know, any techniques, you guys probably already know all this stuff, so there's no point, but let's see. Okay, so I'm going to do a shortcut version of Olaf. Right now, obviously, probably no one's making Olaf, because he's old and it's summertime, but maybe you're in the southern, no, nobody's in the southern hemisphere is watching this, because it's probably like the middle of the night or something. Okay, so I use one white Geoblossom, and I use a white 6-inch quick link. I can find my quick links here. So I know I own quick links, but where did I put them? 350s, 160s, rounds, 260s. Printed. All right, so they're not here, so I'll be right back. So I kind of just have everything in these reusable grocery bags. Anytime I go to an event where they're giving out free grocery bags, I always leave my booth and I go get free reusable grocery bags, because not only do I shop with them, but that's how I organize all my stuff. All right, so one white 6-inch quick link and one white 5-inch round. And yeah, I've got everything in Ziplocs and reusable grocery bags. And that, you know why? It's because when I started this business, because I just started this, Balloon Animals Palm Beach like 3 or 4 years ago, and Eric really helped me out at the time, and he, because I didn't have money at the time, I walked away from my whole career, and I decided I needed to change, and I did this, and he bought the balloons, and he liked to put them in Ziploc bags, so now they're still in Ziploc bags. Okay. Let's see, I'm getting one orange and one mocha 160. If I can find it. Okay, so here we go. One orange, 160, and where the heck are my mocha? I'm gonna grab it out of my apron. One mocha 160. All right, so what I do is inflate the Geoblossom. Just a little bit, not completely all the way. So it's still really squishy. See how I can totally squish it and it doesn't pop? And then what I do is I take and I squish it so it's got this nice shape here. This is like the shape of Olaf's, jaw and everything. And then I just twist the middle of the balloon. That came out terrible. I'm going to redo that. This is probably really loud on the microphone now. Alright, so I'm trying to make the shape of his eyes and his mouth. I might have not inflated this one quite enough. Because I also like to kind of leave a little bit of the hole to stick the nose through, because I think that's easier. Yep, I'm gonna start over. clearly it's been a little while since I made Olaf. Alright. It's the only one I could think of that I do a shorter version of, though. I mean, I know I do shorter versions of all kinds of stuff when I'm out twisting. But I still do pretty fancy stuff. Like, everywhere I go, anytime I do an event, I consistently always hear, "This is amazing. I didn't even know you could do balloons like this." And that's when people, they're like, "I've seen a lot of balloon artists, and I never seen it." It's kind of like my secret, which is that I don't understand why people wouldn't do, why wouldn't you do awesome balloons? I don't know. I don't get it. God, that was really loud, huh? I hope that didn't hurt anybody's ears. Why does this keep turning out like that? I swear I make this all the time. I really do. I make it live and it's no problem. God, I really want to know what that kanji says. Clearly, I'm doing something different. So a lot of times when a person gets on camera, their brain chemistry actually alters. And so what happens is certain areas of processing that you would normally rely on shut down and other areas are activated. And so clearly that's what's happening to me. And so I can't access any of the parts of my brain that I usually access to create this stuff, which I realize is probably really boring for you guys to watch me just fail at twisting this. Santiago, do you have a favorite YouTuber? I don't. I'm a little hypocritical in that I live on a very low information diet. I've found that it's really hard for me to function the way that I want to function if I'm living a life that is watching a lot of YouTube or things like that. Like oh man, if I start watching a YouTube video, I have very low impulse control and it becomes a compulsion, and like 7 or 8 hours will go by and I'm being nice to myself. More like 8 to 12 hours will go by and I will be like, oh my God, I seriously need to get my shit together. Oh, I shouldn't have swore. I really need to get my stuff together and stop watching YouTube. So I try not to watch YouTube. I try not to go on Twitter or Facebook, which is one of the reasons why it's so hard to get a hold of me as far as like getting response to your comments and feedback, because I just, if that's in my life, I don't get anything done. But I do love Holly Hopper and Mr. Boma and Unicaw and a lot of the Asian artists. Oh my God, that noise is terrible. Alright, well, we're just going to leave it a little bit crooked. So that's his head, and then I take the white 6-inch round and I inflate it all the way, which is, for me, 6 pumps. And then I take the 2 nozzles and tie them together. And then I grab a white 5-inch round and I do just about 1 pump. Twist that in half. Grab the tail. Wrap that around and tie it. Then I get the Mocha 160. So this one inflated sort of backwards. It's all wacky, which means it's going to give me problems. But I don't care. I'm going to switch all the air down to the nozzle end, and I'm going to make a little 1 or 2 finger bubble. Make a second one, pull the nozzle through to lock that into place. Little pinch twist, and I don't know, that size of twist it around. Then I do 2 or 3 pinch twists. And that's for the other arm. That's a little bit big actually compared to it. Okay. And a pinch twist. And 2 doubles. That's upside down. So there's his whole body and arms. Oh, my cutter's not here. That's okay, I'll just pull it. And then I save this part for his hair. So I just divide it in half and I tie a little knot that leaves a nice little, let's see, can you see that? It's like kind of a flat spot there above the knot, so that's good for, I use a glue dot, of course, put it on his head. Then I grab my orange 160 and cut it so that it's not too long. And make his nose. Try baby powder on your hands and you won't squeak so loud. Hey, thanks for the tip, Thomas. That's a good idea. Okay, because like I feel that I should do my live streaming a lot more formally. I don't know why. I don't really want to. But I feel like you're supposed to, so I'll schedule it. I'll make sure I have baby powder. I'll make sure my sound is more professional. Nose, slip it through the hole. This thing's totally gonna pop. Alright, so if I don't leave the hole, then of course, obviously, I just hold it in place and twist it. And then draw his face and hands. No, draw his eyes, mouth, and his whatchamajigs, the coal. All right, well, I don't really know what else to do here on my live stream tonight because I didn't plan it out. I just wanted to test it and see what would happen. And I'm super stoked that you guys came by. That's like so cool. I really love doing my YouTube videos, and I originally just started doing them for SEO purposes. That's it. You know, in my past business, one of the things that I did is marketing and business automation consulting for small businesses, basically showing them how to get customers. And so I'd show them how to do all their SEO and video marketing and all that stuff and get great results on Google's organic search. And so one of the things that I knew would help get my website on page 1 for Google for the keywords that I was trying to get ranked for was to create some video content, and the only content I could think of was tutorial videos, and I actually didn't think anyone would ever look at them. I was just doing them for my website to get ranked, just to make Google see, oh, I have some content, you're good to go. And then like people started watching them and I started getting subscribers, and so that's kind of just like a really, really, really cool bonus that I love. And when I pop in and read the comments, I love that there's such a wide variety of comments, you know, like different languages and different opinions, and I just find it hilarious. I'm in Florida, and the time is 8:22 p.m., and I don't know where all you guys are, but if you have a certain something that you'd like to see on a live stream or on my video channel, you can send me a message. If you have certain times that you would prefer, you can send that to me. I'm gonna plan out some cooler stuff to do for live streaming, And that's pretty much all the plans I have. I hope you guys have a great night. Oh, wait a second. I have some questions coming through. Santiago! Of course you can get a shout out. Carrie, what brand of balloons do you use? Oh, I use Qualitex most of the time. Occasionally my distributor is out of Qualitex, and so I've tried recently Bellitex, and so far it seems comparable. Seems great, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I'm partial to Qualitex because I just have always been using them. Bellitex, yeah, Carrie. I don't think I've tried Simpertex. I've seen them on my Instagram because I follow somebody who shows pictures of them, but I don't think I've actually tried them. Callie Oops, I really appreciate your willingness to share your talent. Thank you so much. No problem, my pleasure. I can tell you, I'm a bit of an information hippie. I feel like all information should be free. It's probably because I went to libraries as a kid all the time, and so I have this thing where you go get free information, and so I just want to share everything and feel like everybody should be able to share it too. Anyways, I'm not going to go into that. Michael, hi. Carrie's tried all three. Simpertex is bigger. Really? Interesting. Maybe I should try that. Bigger length or bigger width? John Mayer, this has been fun. Can't wait to do this again. Yeah, me too. All right. Michael loves the sailfish. Oh, cool. I did that for Palm Beach Atlantic University here. The girls volleyball team is the sailfish. And so they bring me, I think it's been just once a year for the last couple years, on their tailgate night when they play a home game. And they have me make, that's at least 100 of the sailfish. I think at least 100. It might be more than 100. And pass them out, and so before their game. And so I don't get to go in the auditorium and see the game. I mean, I probably could if I wanted to, but usually by the end of the tailgate part, I'm ready to go home. But I guess their whole auditorium is filled with all these fans shaking the sailfish balloon at the volleyball games, watching the women's volleyball. Simpertex and Bet. I'm assuming you're saying Bellitex. Am I the only one who uses Qualitex? Maybe Qualitex isn't very good to use. I might have just drank the Kool-Aid. I might just be brainwashed by Qualitex. Length. Okay, so that's cool. So it seems like I would be able to do a lot better if I did that. Oh man, I didn't even think about that on my videos. That changes everything. I better start saying that it's Qualitex because the tail length and how many you use. Oh man, you're blowing my mind here, Carrie. Oh, really? Simpertex and Bellitex are divisions of the same company. You can see... Robert! Seriously? With the Judy Hopps from Disney Zootopia? Robert, come on, man. I'm feeling so much pressure over that. I can't do it. I feel like I have to do it. It's too much pressure. Robert, you're so hilarious. Guys, here's the deal with Robert. Robert, I'm totally telling on you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tattle on you right now to everybody on this chat. Robert asks me almost every day to do Judy Hopps from Disney's Zootopia. He sends me some kind of message or comment or email. I mean, he's obsessed. I'm sorry I told on you, Robert. I'll sit in the corner for 5 minutes after this. Oh, okay, so you're in Pennsylvania, Carrie, and you use Qualitex. Ken Stillman turned Michael on to Bellitex. And Thomas only uses Qualitex. Okay, good. So Thomas, you and me, we've both been brainwashed. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, Simpertex has patterns? Oh shoot, now I'm gonna have to. Here's the thing, I order from Southern Balloon because they're in Miami, and so I get it overnight. Every time I order it, I get my balloons overnight, and I don't have to pay overnight shipping. I just pay regular shipping. As a matter of fact, I got a shipment that arrived just before this live stream started. And if they're out of stuff, then I go to Lauderdale Paper and Balloon Company, and they're an hour and a half from me. So I also get them overnight. So if I start ordering Simpertex, I'm going to have to actually have some kind of long-term thinking and planning, and I don't know if that maturity level is here. All right, no, I'm really going to go now. All right, guys, you're super awesome, and this has been really great. And I just want to thank you. Just Twisted the Pink Panther. Thomas, post a picture, or maybe you can't post a picture. Well, if you have an Instagram, go on Instagram and like show me a picture of that, or figure out a way to share a picture with me, man. It's 2017. I want to see it. There's got to be a way. Bye, Santiago. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.